Happy Tuesday, and you already know what time it is. Teen Mom 2 recap. It is the season finale, and boy, oh boy. So, if you are new, hey, what is going on, girl? I am your girl, Ash. Welcome to Ashland. Here we do basically everything that Ashley likes to do. All right, so I do TV recaps on reality shows as well as vlogs, and I love flash fashion. I love beauty. I love all that kind of stuff. So if that's something you might be interested in, definitely subscribe to the channel so you can be a part of this, part of the crew, and definitely get down here with us. It's plenty of fun. I promise you. All right, non-judgment free zone. So nonetheless, as I stated, tonight was the Teen Mom 2 season finale, and to go ahead and even get onto it because this season was a season. All right, because all right, one, thank you goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. He showed up, and I literally said it last week. I said, just let him be late. Let Lewis be running late. Please do not let him not show up for this dinner, not show up for Stella when he has been being consistent, with the phone calls and checking in on her. And an hour late. Don't know why he didn't answer the phone, why he couldn't have just say, hey, I'm running behind, whatever, but he showed up. So, at the end of the day, that was Brianna's goal, was just to show the girls that this is something that they can do. Her, their fathers, them, they could all come together and, be cordial, be together in a civilized manner, and just show, you know, that camaraderie, that family, that even though we're not together, we are all still a family, so boom, glad that he showed up, glad that he showed up. I hope he, stays on this path. But getting down even to the nitty gritty, because let's get on down into this, right? So the lawsuit is going on or whatever, whatnot. Even though future hand, we know that, or if you don't know, the lawsuit did end up going in Brianna's favor. She did, that she ended up basically winning the suit. There, she did not. Basically, there was no evidence to prove that she, basically in any way tarnished Kale's character when basically the evidence that she spoke on was, or the information that she spoke on was a fact, or basically something that was already out there, So what had happened is in the episode, um, there was a conversation with Brianna and her lawyer and Chris and his lawyer, and he was giving his deposition in regards to the conversation that Brianna and he had about what he told Brianna about Kale. So of course, when she's talking to Bree, they're like, okay, what do you think, is going to happen from here? Like, Kale's not just going to sit and just be good and just let this fly or whatever. She's like, I mean, what could she do? What can she do? Like, she can't say anything more than what she's already said. Oh, but could she? And oh, but did she? So, because I can't even hold this. So basically, clearly after the disposition that Chris did with Brianna and her lawyer, Kale makes a Instagram story, basically talking about she don't know what they're talking about or where they're coming. I don't know. Basically, she didn't know what they were talking about, and that she allegedly slept with slept with the third one, as she called him, or whatever or whatnot. And it was just like, even if we did want to believe this to be true, so if you believe in this to be true, let's even start here, that she did this allegedly happen. Where did Kale get this information from? Let's even start there. Kale and Chris don't talk. If they do talk, they let us know it's by phone, it's by email. She clearly knows that they did a podcast together. Clearly, the podcast is out. Of course, people are going to talk about it. But let's be honest here, who is running back telling Kale anything about Chris besides to be messy? Let's just start there, right? So with that being said, Kale is it's kind of like I have to. It's kind of really like Brianna said. She kind of like really calls her own stuff. She, you can do things to her. She can do things to you, but once you do things to her in return, it's a problem. Or she does something, or she like she makes a comment. Oh, I don't need to spend money. Oh yeah, because basically this is what happened. Like at this point, Brianna's pissed. She calls her lawyer and just trying to figure out like even if she can actually respond because it's an ongoing case. Others like you can say whatever long as it's your opinion. you know. So she basically has been getting on her weight lately, and then as well decides to send her a treadmill as a gift. So in response to that, Kale is like, oh, well, of course she posted, of course, or whatever, whatnot on social media. And she's like, oh, basically tagging Brianna about her buying the treadmill, and that since she can now give it to her dogs to use since she's so lazy and she don't have to physically walk them herself. Like, it's kind of like you kind of like started all this when you decided to file this lawsuit because she of all people was demeaning your character, was trying to come for your character. Like I that's what it gets that's what I was saying, getting back to. She makes a comment like, oh well, yeah, I don't have to spend money on that shows basically how much like basically like she hates me, and I get up under her, like basically like get up under her skin, like type thing, is that she will go and spend money on me. I don't need to go and spend money on her, blah blah blah. But technically you do when you decided to go and file this lawsuit, because when you filed these papers, that wasn't free. That wasn't free. You could have just went on and let that be that, because at the end of the day, some of that information was true to a degree, whether you want to admit it or not. Because again, an issue with Kale is Kale wants to put out there what she wants to put out there. And what annoys me about that situation is this, because this is just how I see it. At the end of the episode, and she's talking about, she's talking to, the producers. Oh, they're gonna, they're just gonna fire me. All they want to do is talk about, negativity. All they want to do is talking about my baby dads. I don't want to show that. I don't want to film, so I left them. Da da da. One, if you don't feel like we're filming, you're a whole grown woman. You need to speak up and you need to say so. If you don't want to do Teen Mom as a whole, you need to speak up and you need to say so. Don't play all this game, do all this back forth and forth and forth if this is not something that you want to do, and feel like you basically want to get, basically like you're trying to get them to fire you. So I don't even know, because I can't even say what the motive behind that would be. But I'm highly annoyed about her. And she's like, because I feel like at the end of the day, if this is the narrative that's putting out there, only you can change that. Only you could change that. If what, what positives, you're mad because they show negative stuff? Well, what positives are going on besides you buying and building another house and these podcasts, which you apparently get paid so much more money from? That's mainly your money meant winner. That's your bag. So again, what you don't apparently even need to continue to do this then, right? You don't need to get like you seem to be unhappy. You don't want to talk about anything. You don't what you okay, let me be clear though. She has very well that right to talk about whatever she wants to talk about, on her, side, when they get on her side of the story. But you gotta give us something. And if there's nothing positive going on, whose fault is that? It's not MTV's problem. It's not the producer's problem. And it's so funny. It's so funny because basically Larry exactly said the same thing I said in the earlier weeks, couple of weeks ago, is that, and I did see her point, because she was just like, well, y'all don't, get on everybody else's baby dads. Well, no, they're always on Brianna's, because when Brianna's is always on her dad. No, they're not always on Leah, but let's be honest, they were at some point. But at the same time, Leah now has other stuff going on. Leah has been having other like Show us you have nothing more than this drama, and don't get mad because you have nothing going on but drama, and mad because that's what's being shown. If you don't want to show your life anymore, including the negative, it's just time to go. It's just time. I think it's just time to go, because sometimes at the end of the day in life, I don't know if y'all can hear that ambulance or not, but sometimes in life, sometimes we just don't have nothing but negative stuff going on. Sometimes everything just is just, but at the same time, we have the power to change this. We have the power to change these things. So if it's nothing but negative, 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 it's time for you to sit back and figure out what you're doing to cause these negatives. Yep, I blamed you. Yes, I did blame you. That's enough. Y'all won't go there with me. But anywho, since we talking about Kale, like, what else she got on like that? Like I said, she don't want to talk about nothing. She can't talk about, Chris and his new child. She don't want to talk about, like, so it seems, is the podcast on? Or her is the podcast, like, they were on Baby Mamas No Drama, not on the Baby Mamas No Dramas. They are Baby Mamas No Dramas. They had a collab with Cheyenne and her family with their podcast. Um, like, other than that, like I said, all we've seen of Kale is her complaining that she did not want to film, her basically complaining that she did not want to talk about this, she did not want to talk about that, her thinking she's probably going to get fired, her basically saying F you to, the crew. And what was that last ending? How did she leave things off? Yeah, I think it was just in her sending, the FUs and talk, basically, basically making this, basically showing that the podcast was bringing her the bag, and Lori basically saying, well, at the end of the day, it's because of this platform here. It's because of Team Mom that you were that podcast is even a thing, even able to give you that bag like that. Um, I don't even want to get into the previews of her after the union. Like I said, at this point, I'm over Kale. I'm over her victimhood. Um, I hope she gets what she needs. And if she's not here next season, good riddance. Talk about Leah. So Leah is, her sister is getting married, and of course that ends up putting more focus and more pressure on her getting married and her the next moves as far as her and Jalen's relationship. So on the way to the courthouse, they're having the conversation, and she, in a way, like, she's like, oh well, it's like she does. I feel like she does wasn't very truthful. Basically, even in basically giving him the answer at first, and then she's kind of basically just like, "I'm good where we are. I'm happy where we are." Like, basically kind of like signaling or whatever, whatnot. That I've been married. The relationship changes once you get married. Like, really at the same time, just nicely kind of let him know, like, there's no need to put a rush on this thing here. Like, I'm not even trying to do that no time soon. So of course, when they get to the courthouse, that just, again, the sister's boy, well, now husband is talking to Jalen about them being next, and that's just her main thing. Even when they again have sit down and have the conversation again, they do not see eye to eye right now as far as getting married. She is in. I honestly think that she does not want to get married again, but she's just saying, like, I'm not against it, because she doesn't want to tell him that she doesn't, because I think she fears where that relationship will go. And I feel like if anything is going to be the detriment to the relationship, it's possibly going to be that different view, because I honestly think, and did she not say it? I maybe I could be wrong, but maybe I'm saying basically she might have said it. I just don't think that Leah wants to get married again. Like she really has I'll say trauma. I'll call it that. Experiences about being married, being young, being that she was married, not being that she was married twice, young, as and obviously divorced. So it could be something that she might just need to, like, get therapy and go through therapy through, or whatever or whatnot. Y'all know I'm hiding. Yeah, we are. We just decided to put this on to give us a different look today, but um, we gotta fix it though, cause it's looking crazy. Rock with it, y'all. Just rock with it. Just rock with it. Just rock with it. Even though this little baby head is trying to stick up and trying to art. Focus. We focusing. We focusing. So yeah, all in all, that's what it's going to come down to is how this relationship is going to progress. If it's something that he can be possibly be okay with, is right now it seems like he wants to be married, and then and if I'm picking it up right, his intentions is on possibly being married to her if she'll allow him. But I think Leah definitely needs to be truthful about what she really feels. I think she's putting a nice bow on it to get, because I think she's hoping that the hesitance, her showing her hesitance, will at least get him to see, like, okay, I'm not trying to do this, right now, so that it'll at least put it off for a little while. But after a little while, then what? Right? So, speaking of relationships, Ashley and Bar. So, as we can see, as I've basically come to understand and learn, as Brianna talked about filming, the family reunion, them talking about filming the family reunion. Clearly, in the midst of them filming Teen Mom 2, they were filming the family reunion too. So now it makes sense why, you know, Teen Mom 2, her and Bar were not doing good, had broken up, and then they get on the family reunion. They're not together. She's not wearing a ring, and then get back here, and they're like, let's start, maybe working with therapy. Let's go to therapy, and then like let's try to make it work because the therapy that they had gotten on the family reunion. So fast forward, uh, they're doing good. They're doing good. Though Bar had lost his ring, and it seemed like basically Ashley had made a decision to not get him another one, especially with their wedding being, their marriage, excuse me, being up in the air. But she did not making a decision to, get him a ring, just to show that she was seeing the progress that he was making, that and that she just wanted to show how much that meant to her. And he was saying how he didn't think that he was going to get a ring. It made me wonder, like, did she, like, just the in curiosity, what that looked like for them, as far as who bought his ring. And it just how they talked about the ring, it just led me to be curious about other things. But they seem to be, doing good. So it's just like, all right, we'll see what's to come and what's the future to come. Um, Wait, why do I feel like I'm missing out on something? Like something did happen that um missing. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that's actually about it. Like them just getting on, getting on the right path with their marriage. Them feeling recommitted with him. Getting the ring. And I think I love just in general seeing men giddy and happy about being married, and him to be so, wow, yes, like the ring is about the commitment, and about what the with the the meaning of your marriage or whatever or whatnot, if that's the word I'm wanting to use. But so him just being just so excited to have his ring back and have a ring, it just warmed my heart or whatever or whatnot. And I really feel like they want to. So I hope that they will continue to do this work going forward. They're in a new space, they're in a new home. So it's kind of like they feel like they have like that real fresh start. Excuse me. With their relationship and their marriage, going forward. Last but not least, our girl Jade, because if nothing else, y'all know I was very curious about what was going to happen once Sean got home. What did that mean for their relationship? How were they going to live? Was he going to, stay? Because even she was kind of like, it sound it she did, but I don't. I think she clearly she wanted him to be home, but I think obviously she wanted the best for the all three of them, and then as well just fear of just like is this what's necessarily for the best. But Sean came home, and it was like Sean is here to stay. And I'm not saying that to cause, to be funny or to say that that's not the right move for them. That's for them to figure out and for us to basically fill in, and see. But um, pointers of just Sean, coming home, um, just how clean he looks. He just looks good. So I hope he continues to do that work, just like the rest of everybody else who got work to do, whatever, whatnot. I hope that he continues to do the work that he, to stay sober. He talked about how, even interacting with, and being a stay-at-home parent is different. And he's not so easily triggered and always angry, and him at being able to sum that up to the drugs and him being just on. And they they look like they are back to their happy family. So it's just a matter of staying on that path, continuing on that path, and really at this point it's about the reunion. Okay, it's about the reunion. I can't, because the reunion is always like at the same time going to let us know like, okay, what's really going on. Like, let's update on like where we're at now since we last seen y'all. So let me know what your thought was, what your feelings, what your 2 cents on this season as a whole. Like I said, if you are looking for a TV bestie, if you just enjoy reality TV like I do, and just, maybe Twitter just isn't enough. Because I think that's what made me be like, I need to, like, want to take this a step further, was just like, let's talk about these shows, y'all. Like, let's really talk about it. Like, let's really get down into it. Let's really talk about it. And yeah, so stay tuned as well. Drop me some comments if you have any ideas on what I should do a recap on next. Um, and yeah, I think I kind of have put it out there on my video from yesterday that I'm definitely gonna do Basketball Wives, as far as something on MTV, because that's MT. I don't really think there's nothing gonna be coming on that I think I'll be interested on recapping. So yeah, all right, y'all. Before I start rattling on, I'm gonna get out of here, let y'all go. Again, all my new folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely give it a huge like, and subscribe to the channel. Bang the bell so you can notify when the video drops. And I'll see you later. Peace.